Like,
people hit me up and ask me if I'm rich.
actually,
That's a
same.
true
Facts, right?
Same.
Yeah.
People-
Because I went to the
stand out as
Emmys.
rich
People are
all
like,
the
"Oh,
time.
like your life is going so well," and it's like, no.
It's because like Bert and I hang
have
out in
health
like
insurance.
the hills and like Bel Air a lot, and like we flex it on the ground. Like, no, we're not rich.
We're not rich.
We're gonna be, but like we're
Not
not
right now.
rich.
Well, you're just like, I think we're
That
all
is
in a
a
point where
huge problem.
we are like close to what, like our peripheral is wealthy. Like we're not wealthy, but like the people,
Our connects
our
are.
connects are. Yeah.
That was my major issue in
But it's
high
like we
school.
work for it, wealthy
Because I
people.
hung out with a bunch of rich kids in high school, but I was not rich. People
I had
thought,
Same.
no
That's-
rich friends in high
That's
school.
literally academy culture.
Yeah. Yeah, hung out with a bunch of, like, well, academy girls, but, like, also, like, a bunch of suburban kids and stuff like
Bethlehem
that.
kids.
But yeah, because I went to Gilderland. So, like, everyone thought I was wealthy, but I was just like, no, that's just not
Well,
true.
I also think because you, and don't let this go to your head, but because you have like a good sense of style, people thought that you're
Yo,
wealthy.
whoa.
Thank you.
Whoa. He wears Abercrombie.
Very, very-
No, okay,
No,
but
Ellory,
compared to
he
Albany
wears-
culture,
No.
This right
Compared
here is
Literally-
Albany
Albany
culture. Look
no,
at his
this is
socks,
like
bro.
hypebeast culture.
His
Socks
shit's
and
like
sandals.
crusty as fuck, bro.
You know you're
Don't let me
on camera,
roast
right?
this kid, bro. Look how
But, like,
brown
when
that
we were in
fucking
high
white
school,
Nike
like,
swoosh
Alberto
is.
had like
Yo,
better
she just
style
wrote. She
than
goes,
most
you know you're on camera, right? Damn. This
I
is-
am
This is
on
like the
camera.
third time I met you. Chill.
3 times is a lot.
It's
Facts.
true.
Especially in LA.
Wait.
Especially in
Damn.
LA.
She complimented me, though. Let this be on the record.
On the record.
Ellory, he wears Abercrombie socks, sweatpants. What boxers is he wearing
They're
right
under
To
now?
be fair, he worked there for like 8 years.
I don't give a fuck.
It's so...
He's wearing Vineyard Vines. He's wearing a salty hat. What style does he have?
This is not the example that I meant, but like
Okay,
when
but
we
so
were
is
in
a poor
high
time.
school-
I'm no longer in high school.
Yeah, when we were in high school,
I'm
a
so
better
heated
person.
right now. I'm so mad.
better
Wait,
person.
did you guys know each other in high school? or
We met a
after?
year ago. Like
You met a year ago?
literally like just over a year ago.
Wow. Oh
I-
wow.
How many times do I say this? I fucking hated him when I met him.
It's so easy to.
He was
You
just
probably hate him right now, still, just
I-
in a different way.
actually.
Well, explain why.
All right. For like the 8th
Because
time.
he's such a fucking emotional fuck.
Listen, I'm in tune with my emotional side.
That's
Girls-
great.
the girls love
you should
it.
be. The girls obviously love
Stupid.
it.
I disagree.
Well, so we just like we were at a Starbucks, but like the first time we linked, I was with another photographer and a couple of friends, and like he just pulled up, and it was like the middle of winter, and he had his Abercrombie coat on, and he just like sat down, and looked like a grumpy fuck, and I was editing photos that I wasn't very proud of, so like I felt like a little, I felt like I was being judged just because I was insecure, and he just like didn't talk much, and he was like quiet. He was the quiet Alberto that he still is, but like I understand him more now, and he just like didn't talk much, but like. So I just didn't like him. I thought he had an ego.
Yeah, he has like resting bitch personality.
He's got the biggest
Me?
resting bitch face
Yes,
that there is.
you.
But the
How
thing is, like, I
dare
have
you.
one too. Like, it's just like,
Interesting.
yeah.
Very.
It's hard for me to have like real insight about this because when I met Alberto, it was so like we were so young.
Yeah.
We met at Larkfest, like literally in 2009.
Oh, so you guys were fucked up. So you,
No, I was a freshman in high school. I wasn't fucked up.
he was.
No.
Wow.
I didn't start drinking until sophomore year of high school.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Fall of sophomore year.
I didn't really drink in high school.
No, we...
there was like
what? Dominique.
Dominique.
That's...
Isn't she
she's like-
married
Yeah,
now?
she's like engaged.
Wow.
God, you hate to see that.
You hate to see it happen.
Yeah.
It's
I mean-
shocking to me. People who stay at home. I'm like, first of all, why, like, there's a whole world out there. Check it out. And then
Literally.
secondly,
At least move to one state
at
or a
least move to
different
one state.
town.
Just move to a different town. Like,
different
just
town.
move a
Move
little
from
bit
like
away.
Colony to
But
like
the people who
somewhere
have like
else.
stayed there, their lives move so much quicker because they don't have anything in them. Like they like get married and then they have a baby. Like I
We were
have friends like with
no.
babies.
No, literally, because that's what we were talking about. We had second to last podcast. We had 2 girls here, and they were saying that about small towns. Like, it is just naturally their next step because they
Yes.
have nothing,
Nothing else
Nothing else to do. Well, a lot of people
Makes
that don't
sense.
move home, they're white picket fence.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Which is nice. And I mean, my sister is 25, right? She owns a house. She has a baby. She's married.
If
And
that makes them happy,
exactly, if that makes them happy.
that's their path. Like,
But it's so hard.
If you're
for
not a creative,
yeah,
then, like,
that's like what it's.
that's
doing.
like what the path is.
I guess
I
it's
get
so
so
hard
annoyed.
for me. It's
How's Lark Street?
No, not even that. It's just like with being with someone sometimes annoys me just because like it's just like I don't really have time for you.
Well, that's what solidified our friendship, you and I.
How so?
Because when I had gotten out of my relationship, like that's when you and I got closer.
Oh, well, fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That's an example.
Well, I think the key to that, and like here's like I often
we've talked about
yeah
this
we've talked about this a
countless
lot
times.
because we sort of run into the same problem where we're like sort of constantly dating people who want more from us than we have to give, and it's
we kind of date the same type.
we sort of date this but on opposite sides of
I'm
the
not gonna
gender
comment.
spectrum. Do you know
Yeah.
what I
I'm
mean?
not going to comment.
Yeah, but I feel like
Yeah, because he's seen some of
The-
the.
I just
trick-
don't approve. I really just don't
no.
approve.
Well, I think the key is to find somebody else who's like as passionate about a thing as you are, like a different thing. Like comedy is not just my hobby; it's my entire life. I live, eat, sleep, and breathe it. It's how I spend all my day, all day, every day. And like, if you have somebody who doesn't have something like that going on, like they're always going to feel second fiddle to your thing.
Exactly. Well,
So you need somebody who has like a career passion, like something else that they're like pursuing that's not like just a relationship. I can't disagree. But my like.
Do you care to share with the rest of the class? Or can we not talk about this out loud?
It was a tweet.
Okay.
It is a tweet. I'll like post
send it
it.
to me
I'll
later.
put it in the
I
video.
feel like
Fair.
the guys who have been nicest to me and like most attentive, I have like actually come to resent because like I feel like they, like their entire life hinges on me and like if I have time for them. Does that make sense?
Not that first part for me, but like also just like it makes me angry because like you're actually a great person and I hate to like not be a part of this.
Yeah.
But like it's just not in my cards right now. And that's what makes me annoyed the most. Is just like I've dealt with so many shitty people that don't need my time because they're just doing whatever they're doing, which is fine with me because I can do whatever I do.
Yeah.
But it's just like at the same time when I meet someone good, and we've had this discussion many times, it's just like it's so conflicting because like holy shit, I really could settle down with this person, but like I am
but you couldn't though because it's like
It's
you would come
difficult.
to resent them. You would like you would feel trapped. Like because here's the thing, it's like
I think
Big
creatives need to date creatives.
I don't know
that's
if
difficult.
I don't know. Yeah, I think it's difficult. I don't know
I
if I
think
agree
that's
with
difficult.
that. But they need to.
There's
they
two
need
different
to date
egos in that.
ambitious,
But not
people.
because of the ego. It's just because like I could not date an accountant. I need someone that's going to understand like my.
No, but you
grind.
could. You
Actually,
could
I need
date,
someone to watch
you could
my
date like a
finances,
lawyer, right? Like you could date somebody who is like
I need to-
like achieving something
so-
on like on a career track, the same way that
So someone
you
who's
are.
maybe not a creative, but someone who's just as busy.
busy
Yeah.
or passionate, you know, or
or
devoted.
understanding.
Yeah, someone who's not doing a
because
9 to 5.
There's always gonna be like.
That was like deep, Bert. I need someone who's understanding.
For me, it's just
That comes with
simple fact.
that's with
I mean,
anything.
I guess so, but I always feel like there's going to be like a power difference between the person who like is understanding but like wants to be with you 100% all the time, and you who like want to be with that person, but like actually your career is more important.
Yeah, like 8 o'clock. I'm not cuddling with you anymore. I have to start.
You have to
working.
get up.
Yeah,
you have to. That's dude. That's the
deal
other
with that
thing.
all
Is
the
like
time. And it's
date.
nothing against the person.
No, not at all. Not at all.
It's just like I just
like
need
what are
to,
your
like,
what are your
continue.
business hours? Like when do you operate best?
When do I operate best?
Yeah, like-
I mean when I wake up.
Right, but like when do you stop?
I'm an early bird.
You're
I
an
go-
early, yeah, bro. You'll
when
text me at like 6:55 in the morning. I'm like, bro, chill.
You're like, all right, relax.
For me, it's just like when I'm up, I'm like, all right.
You're
there's
up, you're
nothing
wild.
else. Especially like now that I don't have a full time job, like
Yeah.
everything else now matters that much more. So I'm like, I need to. Edit
But that's
these
the thing.
photos.
For
That's
me,
like gonna give you stability in your career, and it's like at 30 you can reevaluate and like start shifting some more of your time to like, you know, relationship building. But for now, you don't need to do any of that stuff, and you shouldn't. You should be like completely focused on getting to the point that you want to be inside your career because you have time to figure out like life shit afterwards. I mean, like you should be checking in with yourself about like what you want your future to look like as far as like romantic relationships go. But as far as like laying down that like groundwork to have like a real communicative like long-term relationship, you're not gonna have time for that until you're 30. So just don't even entertain it. Like
Yeah, it's tough.
you have to have priorities and you have to have them
Especially
ranked.
when you meet good people.
Especially when you meet
Yeah.
good people, but
'Cause
good.
that's the worst.
but-
And like, please, all shitty people just
Sure.
come to me so we can just get rid of each other. Please, that's all. But when you
Yeah,
meet a
come to me
good
so I can
per-
push you away.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
when you meet a good person, it's just like, fuck.
Yeah, it's just
But
like
so
that's
you want to get
that's
to
the
know them,
pain
but
of
like
the
then you
world.
just like push them away because you're like,
Yeah, I mean that's the pain of the world is that you can love somebody and not be good for them or have time for them.
but like you know it though.
You know it though.
Yeah.
And then also like the really good people, like the really impactful people, you will make time for them because they matter. Like you'll know to do it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And if you haven't met that person yet, that's fine to keep grinding. You know what I mean? Like if somebody really important comes into my life and I'm like, oh, this is the person, I will know to make time for them. Like because like, you know, if somebody wants to be with you, they will be. And that's how I feel about myself. Like if I know that I don't really care about somebody if I will take like a comedy show over being with them. And that's how I've been my whole life.
I could care about someone and still take a photo shoot over them.
Sure, but like to a certain point. I mean, like
I
constantly
will
blowing them
still
off.
edit a photo over cuddling with someone.
She's obviously just speaking like in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
But I mean,
fair.
that's true. But also, I think like the real good people will have something to do while you edit photos. They'll be like, yeah, I have some work to get done.
Also
That's
true.
like what real future building
Huge.
looks like, is like, oh, we can get work done together. We don't always have to be like in this like love, like where nothing gets done. Like, no, we're like both conscious that we're adults and we're trying to do stuff. And so we're going to sit down and like, I'm going to do my shit and you're going to do your shit and we'll meet up when we're done.
I needed to hear that.
That's huge.
You're so welcome. I've had a lot of
That's
failed
huge.
relationships. I've thought a lot about it.
Same.
It's been like 10 years of watching us just like bounce around people.
Yeah, with these fucking insane
Yeah.
I was in a relationship for like 7 years.
Ooh.
She just died.
Oh
Well-
my goodness, 7. I dated a cop for like 4 and
You
a
dated a
half.
cop?
Yeah, he became a cop afterwards though.
Did he?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Tooth guy.
Oh yeah, well, I know who you're talking about. Trust me, I know who you're talking about.
Cop guy.
Yeah.
Mine wasn't necessarily solidified 7 years, but mine was on
That
and
was
off.
a long-
So
Yeah, yours was like on and off, right? Yeah.
Yikes.
See, I've only known him for a year, but like I know a lot about him.
it's that season 2 coming up.
Cuffing
I
season.
mean, if you really think
no.
it, like your lives were just growing in different directions so clearly. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And you were more serious about like
Life.
work stuff, like making stuff happen for yourself.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean,
And as of recent news, it seems like things haven't changed on the other side.
that's sort of how I look at it. I think that's,
Yeah.
as far as I've seen.
Which is just sad 'cause I would think that.
I
think
mean,
people change for
no,
the better, but I guess
some people like
just
have
don't.
the desire to grow and to get better, and some people would rather not examine their life that closely because it's a little too painful. So,
Or they just don't have the people around them to
yeah,
hold them accountable.
to hold them
because
accountable or to challenge them or
Her
be like,
group of friends is some of the
yes,
shittiest
men.
people.
Yeah, and that's
in our fucking
that's
city.
what I dislike about party culture is that I feel like you, by virtue of that, you end up surrounding yourself with people
100%.
who will not challenge you to be better, or like if you say something, you know, wrong. Like I feel like what I really enjoy about our friendship is that if I say something wrong or like off tone,
Mr. Dingling's here.
Mr. Dingling,
Dinglings here, big boy,
the big boy,
the biggest.
you're like constantly challenge me to think differently than I do. So like you make me.
That's a good point. He does that.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
he makes me more well-rounded because of that. Because like sometimes,
That's the
you can get, like,
that's the
so
reason I'm still in Los
inside.
Angeles
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
I almost went back home.
oh God, that would be awful. Don't do that. You'd feel trapped.
Exactly.
Which is, I feel like, the conflicting issue with a lot of people. Like especially when they first meet me, they don't like understand my thought process.
Well, because you have
It's-
to warm up. You have to like warm people up to it. You can be a
Yeah.
little blunt.
But it
I
takes a
just know what
certain
I
it
know.
takes
It takes a certain
it
type
takes a
of-
certain type of person to be friends with Alberto.
Sure, but that type of person is
Or
constant
time.
or time.
It does take time too. Like
But-
I invested time to do that.
Because if me and her met now, I'm not sure we would be friends.
I would hope that we could still be. I would hope that we can be friends.
But like we also know what to expect from each other. Because like
Yes,
if
exactly.
you went out to breakfast with us and you went to like a different table, it
You'd
would
be like,
look
well, those
we're-
people are fighting.
Yeah, it would look like a marital like debate. Like something is going
Something
on.
is
Values
happening.
are being checked.
Yeah, but
right?
that's like what you should
Because
do
I
with
can
values.
And then it
immediately
calms
I can
down.
tell because like I've only met you 3 times. I've known you for a year.
Yeah,
I can tell you.
I'm just
I
gonna
know
check
for
on
a
cameras.
fact your guys' values are not one and the same. They're similar,
similar.
but they're very different.
But they're also constantly in shift. Like I think the
you guys balance. You guys.
we balance each other
You guys
out.
balance each
And
other
also,
out. You
I
guys check each
think
other.
that the best thing about Alberto and I, like he sometimes I'll believe something like blindly, and I'll know in my bones. I'm like
he makes you think.
yes, and like he
Yeah.
makes me like if I have a point, like I should be able to defend that point, and Alberto makes sure that I can.
Yeah.
Like he
That's
doesn't
what I
let
value
you
about
like
him.
I
blind.
ask a lot of questions.
Yeah.
He doesn't let you like just blindly believe something. Like you have to be able to back it up if you're gonna
Yeah.
like pitch it to him. And also, I think the one of the other best things about Alberto and I is like we're both constantly able to like reevaluate our point of view. Like we don't, we're not like blindly standing behind something. Like he can admit when he's wrong and he can change
Exactly.
his view and move forward.
And he always like if he is wrong, he'll like apologize about it too.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it takes a long time for him to get to admit that he's wrong, but like if he really thinks that he
But
is,
like if you can
know.
communicate it, yeah,
yeah, if
for
you can
sure.
communicate, he can be a little hard to talk to, but other than that, you know.
Now, once you get through to him, he's good.
It's true. I just test people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
which
that's
is
something I
not
really value
nice,
about you because
but
like
it's, you know.
because like sometimes I'll come to you with like just a thought like that I haven't fully processed and you'll help me process it fully.
I appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and like it helps me make decisions.
He's like a checks and balances.
yeah, like
I'm changing my Twitter name.
To checks and
from
balances.
PowerPoint
You have to
Picasso
pay me for
to
that.
checks and
Yeah,
balances.
PowerPoint Picasso.
That's fire.
that's
I
a
can't
good
even
one.
no like I can't even like that was fire because like I know the reasoning behind
Why
that.
did I change?
Because you made a thing for Cogent and that shit was fire.
Oh yeah,
That
that.
PowerPoint was
That
fire.
PowerPoint
No, it
was
was
fire, bro.
really
Like,
nice.
that was
Gross.
crispy as
Like
hell.
I remember fucking.
You shouldn't use that for
I'm not
office
even gonna
language.
name names or the company, but the dude told me I was like, I can't present this to this like other event. And I was like, I got you. And I like actually spent like 2 hours like
Because you made like a marketing deck.
yeah.
You're not even a
straight-
fucking marketer. That's the shit I do.
Yeah, I made a whole deck. That's literally what the term was, and like it was beautiful. And he's like, "This is what I'm talking about." And I was like, "I'm the PowerPoint."
Literally, it was just
Picasso.
like a white background with pictures.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was.
It was
dog.
way more.
Stop
There
capping.
was accents.
It
There
was-
was
Well, also
themed
there's
letters.
something-
and
Dog,
fonts.
all you did was change the fucking Times New Roman to like Ario.
No, there was so.
There's
I
something to be
spent
said about
time.
minimalism. Okay, it's good to know when to take stuff away.
Berto and I have
I
that on
take
lock.
everything away.
My minimalism